26. Daniel 9 and verse 26. Okay? Go ahead and read. This is going to tell us what day of the week Jesus died on. This is what we are about to read here. Daniel 9 and 26. So now, we're dealing with some stuff that you can relate to nowadays. This modern day paganism that has crept into the church.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel chapter 9, we're going to pick it up at verse 26. Because, this is what we are dealing with this week, as the pagans called it Holy Week. I don't know what's holy about it.
Yes, sir. All right, brother.
You got Palm Sunday, because that's what kicks it off. Palm Sunday, which was last Sunday, it's pagan. We're going to find that out. Then you got Good Friday, it's pagan. We're going to find that out. Then you got Easter Sunday tomorrow, it's pagan, and we're going to find that out. So what's holy about it? They even got, I heard one say on TV the other day, Holy Thursday. I said, whoa, what is Holy Thursday?
Holy Thursday. All right, brother.
I said, boy, they done really messed it up, haven't they? But we're going to straighten it all out. That is what people like us are here for, to straighten it all out. Start reading at Daniel chapter 9, and we're going to begin reading at verse 26. Daniel 9, and we're going to pick it up at verse 26. Go ahead and read, bro.
And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off.
Now, in case you didn't know, Messiah is Jesus. It is another term for Christ. In the New Testament, it is Christ. In the Old Testament, it is Messiah. And being cut off means that he will be killed. Go ahead and read.
But not for himself.
And he will not be killed for himself. Who was he killed for? He was killed for the sins of the people. Go ahead and read on.
And the people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
And the end thereof shall be with a flood. And unto the end of the war desolations are determined.
Now all this is talking about is when Jesus was crucified. A few years after that, the Romans, they came and they destroyed Jerusalem. 70 AD, that is when they destroyed it. Go ahead and read.
And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week.
Go ahead.
And in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice and oblation to cease.
Now that is when he was cut off. He was cut off in the middle of the week. He was cut off in the middle of a prophetic week, which is 3.5 years. And he was cut off in the middle of a literal week, which is Wednesday. Did you go ahead and finish that? Then we'll move on.
And for the overspreading of abominations he shall make it desolate,
Go ahead.
even unto the consummation, and that determined shall be poured upon the desolate.
So now Jesus, he had to be killed in the middle of the week. Let's go to Matthew chapter 12 now, and we'll begin reading at verse 38. Matthew 12, and we're going to pick it up at verse 38. 12 and 38. 12 and 38. Okay, now we are going to find out how long he had to be in the grave. Because traditional teaching said that he was in there from Good Friday until Easter Sunday morning, right?
Sure.
That will make, according to math, and I ain't real smart, but I can count to 3. I figure from Friday evening to Sunday morning makes about a day and a half at best.
That's right, brother. Yes, sir.
Tell me about your math. If you can come up with some better math, I want you to tell me about it. But that's what I come up with from Friday evening to Sunday morning. Let's start reading, though, at Matthew chapter 12 and start reading at verse 38. Go ahead and read.
Then certain of the scribes and of the Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we will see a sign from thee.
Go ahead.
But he answered and said unto them, An evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to it, but the sign of the prophet Jonah.
They shall give you one sign, and that sign is the sign of the prophet Jonah, and this is the sign. Go ahead and read.
For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth.
Now Jesus said, I will be in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights. So if you're saying anything different than that, then what you are saying is, and you may not realize that's what you are saying, but you are saying that the master lied.
Yes, sir. That's what you're saying, brother.
Because he said 3 days and 3 nights. Now you say he was in there from Friday evening to Sunday morning. Now somebody's lying.
Yes, sir. That's That's right, brother.
So now if you saying a day and a half and he said 3 days and 3 nights, then what are you saying? You saying he lied.
Sir.
That is blasphemy. Now I understand what the book is talking about in the 13th chapter of Revelation when it talks about this Roman church here that gave us all this bad doctrine, where he say he blasphemed against the God of heaven.
Sir.
The God of heaven said, I'm going to be in there 3 days and 3 nights. And he said, no, you ain't going to be in there 3 days and 3 nights. You're going to be in there a day and a half.
Yes, sir.
Be careful. That is why bad doctrine will get you messed up. You see what you have just done? You have just called a master lie.
Sir.
Bad doctrine. And you don't think it don't matter. Now I'll do it my way. Keep on doing it your way. Let's go now. 3 days and 3 nights. Let's put it up here on the board starting Wednesday, because the book said the middle of the week. You know, from Wednesday to Thursday, that's 1 day and 1 night. And then from Thursday to Friday, just before sundown, is 2 days and 2 nights. And from Friday, just before sundown, to Saturday, just before sundown, is 3 days and 3 nights, right?
That's
so
right,
now,
brother.
if our calculations is right, then he should come out of that grave Saturday just before sundown, right? Well, let's go to Matthew. Let's go Matthew chapter 28 now, and we're gonna pick it up at Matthew 28. We're gonna pick it up at verse 1. What we just read earlier, but we're gonna read a little further this time. Matthew chapter 28. And we're going to begin reading at verse 1. 28 and 1. 28 and 1. Okay, go ahead and read.
In the end of the Sabbath, as it began to dawn toward the first day of the week.
Now he said at the end of the Sabbath, as it started to dawn toward the first day of the week. Go ahead and read.
Came Mary Magdalene and the other Mary to see the sepulchre.
Go ahead.
And behold, there was a great earthquake, for the angel of the Lord descended from heaven,
Go ahead.
and came and rolled back the stone from the door, and sat upon it. His countenance was like lightning, and his raiment white as snow.
Go ahead.
And for fear of him the keepers did shake, and became as dead men.
Read on.
And the angel answered and said unto the women,
Go ahead.
Fear not ye, for I know that ye seek Jesus, which was crucified.
Go ahead.
He is not here, for he is risen, as he said. Come, see the place where the Lord lay.
Now when was this? This was at the end of the Sabbath, as it started to dawn toward the first day of the week. What day is the Sabbath day? It is Saturday, isn't it? So now if he in that 3 days and 3 nights, and you count from the middle of the week, then that will bring you to Saturday just before sundown.
That's right, brother.
What we're saying lines up perfectly with the scripture, doesn't it? But if you're going to say a day and a half, or from Good Friday to Sunday morning, then that don't line up with scripture, does it?
Yes, sir. That's wrong, brother.
So what is it then? It is a fable. It is false doctrine. That is what it is. Let's start reading here. Let's go back to Leviticus chapter 23, and we're going to pick it up at verse 4. Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 4. I can set this under here now, can't I? I can set your Good Friday under there now. So it started looking more and more like this stuff that you call Christianity. It don't line up with the Bible.
That's right, brother.
Oh, we gonna get to that.
Sure, brother.
Oh, yes. We gonna get to it. Make no mistake about it, brother. Now, Leviticus 23, and we'll start reading at verse 4. Leviticus 23, and we're gonna pick it up at verse 4. 23 and 4. Go ahead and read, brother.
These are the feasts of the Lord.
Now again, these are the feasts of the Lord. Go ahead and read.
Even holy convocations, which you shall proclaim in their seasons.
Go ahead.
In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover.
Well, I'm going to put this where it belongs. It belongs over here with the 7th day. It is the Passover.